next game. We've got Skyz versus Envoy coming up next. Chance, any sort of like high-level predictions for this one, my friend? What do you think? Skyz v Envoy, again, ARs and submachine guns is a clear favourite there, but the snipe round, that's, I think, where we're going to see the decider.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if there's actually going to be a mix-up in that, right? Because, like, there is no doubt Skyz is the better AR player. Not even close. Envoy is the better SMG. So I think this might be the first round 3 we have today, and I'm pretty sure it's the snipers for the final one. Or maybe if you have a knife battle, Skyz will take it to him, because occasionally in showers, he can drop a bunch of players, but I don't know. I think it'll go standard. I don't expect there to be too much craziness. I really think when it comes down to posting up with an AR, Skyz going to have a great time. When the aggression needs to be there, I think Envoy's just going to be more suited to it. I think it will be a traditional 1v1 if there was such a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute slugfest, that's for sure. We do have the maps King for the assault rifles up first. We're going to be going to Speedball second for the submachine gun game, and of course the last one, Docks sniper rifles, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. Mate, I honestly, I was just watching you have a swig. I was like, what's he doing? My man is thirsty right there. I love it. Dude, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I want to see that Docks sniper off. I think we have to see this go the way of Envoy wins the first submachine gun, we go to the assault rifle, Skyz win that, and it comes down to that Docks snipe off. That is what I cannot wait for, and I hope that's exactly where we're going. Skyz, Envoy will be coming up next. I hope you're enjoying the 1v1s. This has been a little bit of something different here in the CDL. Something we haven't really seen. I mean, typically throughout these All-Stars events, it's normally like a weird sort of 5v5 with like snipes only, or like everyone's running around with RPGs. Like, this is definitely maybe a bit more of an interesting test of skill, Chance, I think, here in the league.
No, I mean, 1v1s, I think everyone knows it. It's the truest test of skill in Call of Duty. Everyone thinks you have to, like, understand spawns, this and that, but nope, literally, 1v1s, like, there is no sweeter feeling than when someone says, 1v1 me, bro, and then you actually dive into it and just slaughter them. Like, I've heard rumors that, like, winning COD Champs feels pretty good, but, like, I'd be hard-pressed to believe it feels any better than winning that sweet 1v1 against some kid that talks way too much trash and is probably 12, even though I'm an adult, but, like, I put him in the dirt when it happens, Miles.
You have to go to Rust, man. You got to take him to Rust. You got to take him to town. And yeah, I appreciate you, Chance, for putting that kid in the dirt. Well, let's have a quick look at Skyz. He's had an interesting year here in the CDL for sure. We saw big wins in those home series, but a little bit of information about the MVP candidate, Cesar Bueno here. Of course, his favorite CODs, Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2. His favorite esports moments was a 1v2 last map at Champs, and of course, whose favorite musician, Chance, is Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean. Do you know who that is?
I'm not even going to pretend.
Is he
I'm not even going to pretend.
We're going to move on.
We're going to move on swiftly to Envoy, of course. 2019 CWL Pro League All-Star. And of course, he had a great year. Honestly, he had a fantastic year. He had this year as well. But like his pro gaming debut was with Gaming in AW, and he ran with Gen G last year in Black Ops 4. Which again, Chance, tell me a little bit about that year, man. It was a bit up and down for them. They obviously bowed out big time at Champs. I can see your face. I know what you're going to bring it back to, but I'm going to keep trying to push this one home to just change that subject as much as I possibly can.
To the Gen G thing, or the fact that you don't know who Frank Ocean is, which again, like the Sandlot's one thing. Anyway, the Gen G, it's like for Envoy 90% good memories, but the icing on the cake, which would have been Champs, is like the worst memory possible. He's also been on some like weirdly interesting teams. If you go back to AW, I think it was Team Justice, where he was playing with Kenny Assault and Spacely, which is like crazy good team from back in the day. And it's like we had to wait years to see Kenny when he pops up in World War II, and then when it takes what until last year for Envoy to pop up in Black Ops 4. But like there's been a crazy amount in Call of Duty, just like iLLeY that we saw in the 1v1 previously, that have been waiting until they turned 18 to start to try to take over this scene, and honestly, a fair amount of success in doing so.
Yeah, right on. And we think of there's so much talent still lying in wait in the Challenger side of the Call of Duty League, and let's face it, friends, next year Challengers is going to be pretty litty. There's no getting around that. There is a lot of very, very talented players who are going to be sitting in Challengers, and I'm hearing things, the rumor mill, the grapevine, you name it, the streets are talking right now, and what the streets are saying is the Challengers is going to be all kinds of crazy. But yeah, man, we got a cool one still coming up ahead of a Skyz Envoy. I think they're getting ready for this one. We're almost ready to get into this match, my friend. But Chance, again, I think we're still leaning on this is coming down to the snipe round, surely. If honestly, if Skyz can take the 1v1 there on the submachine gun map, that'd be ideal for him. But I think it's pretty cut and dry. We're going to game 3. We're going to snipes.
I also want to say, I believe you said it was King map number 1 for the SMG.
Just double check my notes. Let me double check my notes. Yes, we will be going to King for the... Oh, no, excuse me, wrong game. One moment. Ooh, King, assault rifles. Oh, assault rifles is King.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to be speedball, submachine guns, so just like we saw there with GodRx and iLLeY.
Well, so the interesting thing about King, right, is you actually, especially in a 1v1, you have like a great deal of options, a great deal of like maneuverability if you want it. So like we might genuinely see Envoy hyper aggressive, sprint up the middle of the map every single time, and Skyz gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna chill in the back, sit on a head glitch, and play this like it's a domination game and just wait for you. So there might be like a distinct stylistic matchup between these two teams and the styles that they take to a map like King. But of course, this is me attempting to analyze a 1v1. So what are you gonna do?
What? This is so hard as well. 1v1s. You have to make very, very good reads on your opponent. You have to start to try to, set those tendencies that you have. You have to force them to make mistakes. You have to try to read them really quickly. And 6 round wins is not a lot. To do a lot of work against very, very skilled players who are able to mix things up and able to change things up so fast. Like, Chance, I'm not sure if you played many 1v1s or Gunfight, but like, think of the way 2v2 plays. I played a ton of Gunfight when it first came out. There is a lot of depth to it, man. It's not just like run forward, fly, hope for the kills. Like, you can make some great strategic calls in this game, especially with the addition of utility. I believe everyone's just running concussions and frags across the board. I could be wrong there, but there's still like a ton of option there. So I'm interested to see what two of the more, especially Envoy, one of the more cerebral players in the league, can bring to a 1v1 like this. And yeah, we're still waiting on full confirmation for when the game starts, but we're getting there, friends. We're getting there. Skyz Envoy coming up next. But Chance, 1v1s, do you have a lot of experience there or not, aside from putting 12-year-olds in the dirt on Rust?
I'd have a little bit of experience. I think back in like Black Ops 3, when my friends didn't want to play GBs, I'd play like 1v1 GBs. And obviously for 1v1s, it's not actually like the true showcase of skill. There is an element of skill to it, but the one thing that I think is actually very ever present in the 1v1s is the adjustments you have to make about the opponent that you're playing, right? Like if first round Envoy comes out, does something cracked, tries to be aggressive, and Skyz is posted up in the back of the map, and like he kills Envoy doing it, now Envoy has to make these adjustments, and it doesn't happen quite as much necessarily in the sniper rounds, but you genuinely have to play the other man, and like you get elements of that in like the 4v4 or 5v5 search and destroy, where you're reading what like the teams are going to do, but now it's like cold and calibrated. You are playing an individual, and you can honestly treat it not what's in between chess and checkers. Like, it's definitely not chess because it's 1v1 in COD, but it's a little bit better than checkers where it's a little bit more intense. You do actually have to make the adjustments and play around the other person. But again, I'm trying to analyze 1v1s. This is
it's not easy.
The toughest my job has been all year.
I would love to know. She Twitter out there. What is the sort of middle ground between chess and checkers? We would love to know. That'd be very, very interesting. I can't think of a single board game off the top of my head. A classic, anyway.
Backgammon?
Maybe. Yeah, I defer to you, Twitter. Somebody who's closer to Google than I am right now. But I was thinking, man. I mean, whenever I played 1v1s, I'd almost have to keep like a sort of mental heat map of the game. So where am I getting those kills? Where's he getting kills on me? And try to play around that. And you have to make those adjustments. You have to make those reads as early on as possible. I mean, this is way more intense in some ways than a lot of other games will be. And we're ready to roll, people. We're ready to roll. I've just received the word from upstairs. The voice of God has told me that we are now ready to get into our game. Skyz versus Envoy. Assault rifles up first. You're on King.
And the one thing that I think is disappointing about this matchup is like these are just two very nice young men, and I don't want that. I want like hatred and vitriol and all the smack talk in the world, but we'll see what we get. You never know. Maybe they have like inner demons that they want to exercise here on King.
We're gonna get there eventually, right?
I'm with you. Hold on. Don't move, Dill.
Wait,
don't move, Dill. I have to change my stance.
I'm not moving.
Right.
Gentleman's agreement here. I'm just changing my settings.
Again, like two very nice young men. Just don't move. All right, cool. No problem.
Move. Okay, they're playing. Here we go. What good boys. Anyway, Envoy holding that back right position. Skyz opting to take top
Holy
mid.
fuck, this is so loud.
Here comes the first gunfight. Skyz deafened by something there. Takes the right side of the containers there for Skyz. Gives you angles on both the middle.
No!
And there it is.
Oh, I can't say that.
That's the first round to Skyz.
Dude.
It just cracking up. Just like
Yo,
hanging out. I don't even know if he sprinted like a single time in the round. Just like waiting for the L trigger type deal. Also, I don't know if you know what gun Envoy is using. I don't have a clue.
Well, we'll have a look.
I really couldn't
If
tell.
we can see if the observers could give us a little bit of Envoy. That's an M4.
Oh, he switched that. Okay,
Yeah.
well, last round he had something different. I don't know if he had attachments on it, but now we're back to normal.
Could have been like a tack. Like, whoa, here we go. He saw that. That was just the edge of the concussion, but he managed to go away. Look at the fast wrap now from Skyz. He's bringing the fight to him. Envoy's got no cover,
Holy
but Skyz,
shit, bro.
he's just
Yo,
so
Dill,
slow.
I see you.
This is intense, bro.
Yo, Dill, I see you.
Do you see me?
No, I don't.
Oh! Envoy with the advantage, 43 HP there for Skyz. Oh, Skyz manages to close it out, but you heard the mind games. You heard Skyz saying, I can see you. He had no idea. He had nothing. He was bluffing.
Dude, give me a break.
Also super polite because Envoy's like, wait, do you actually? He's like, no, I actually can't. I apologize for lying. Oh no, true 1v1 right off the rip. Who's gonna come out on top? Neither player. Also, they don't heal for what it's worth. Just keep that in the back of your mind. There is no healing.
No healing. No chance to recover and lick the wounds. So the damage done is done. Envoy with a slight advantage right now, but only slight. And that's straight 1v1. I mean, that's changed.
Where the fuck are you, Dill?
I don't know, bro. Where you at?
I just love how nervous they are. Like, Envoy's been flanking so much this year. Skyz is just like, no, you got to be doing something. You have to. Meanwhile, just post it up, waiting for the flag to pop.
I could be.
What will they do now the flag's about to come into it? Envoy with the early eyes on flag. This is absolutely huge. That's huge. Eyes on the flag. That's a big brain play from Envoy to get back into this one.
Nah.
Yeah, that's honestly like a min-max strat. You're just saying like, hey, I know the flag's gonna pop. I got the angle first, and like either way he crosses in front of me, it should be a free and easy gunfight. So Envoy, he's got the strats.
Dude, I got all the guns.
Oh man, he's absolutely smoked him. Absolutely ripped the top of the head clean off Skyz. All that hard work in those first 2 rounds, he just got absolutely taken care of. Now what are they gonna do? Is it gonna be another straight 1v1 fight? It is. Skyz is up. Envoy's up. A lot of damage dealt. Envoy once again coming out on top with the damage there. He didn't see the drop. What a shot from Envoy. What a dirty round. Another ding. Absolute winner from the young man.
And that's got to be tough for Skyz to bounce back from, right? You have the true 1v1 gunfight posted up, like no shame. Envoy takes him down. Now you got Envoy being aggressive, takes him down again. So Skyz mixing it up.
He's mixed up big time now. He's taking top mid. Envoy, oh, he's a little late to the party, but that is not a problem. A big round from Envoy here in the ARs, and we gave the advantage to Skyz in the assault rifle round chance, and Envoy's got 2 on him so far. 2 more for the win. Can Skyz bounce back? Here we go. It's got to be a big win right off the rip. Once you let Envoy start to, you know, get them cogs in motion, once that brain gets going, it becomes harder and harder to win these rounds.
They're being quiet too now. A lot less chatter.
Oh my god. There's it! Eyes are on Envoy. He has a slither of HP left. Skyz with a slight advantage, but not much. I mean, you could blow on Envoy and he'd fall over right now. 8 HP. Here comes the flag. And there's the shots from Envoy. Right place, right time. 5-2. Map point chance.
And again, Envoy's found his spot. He's sitting in the little corner. You got the read on the flag and Skyz. We talked about the adjustments that it's necessary to make. He had Envoy nice and weak. He doesn't go for the challenge. He attempted to play it tactically. He got taken down in Envoy with the upset of the century potentially in the AR round.
Damage dealt. Way too much damage dealt. Skyz now down to 28. Has to reposition. Envoy though playing this very, very patiently. Both players down low. Skyz backs himself into a corner. Envoy now is just going to play this as slow as he needs to, but Skyz, he may be able to find something here as he creepy crawls around the corner. Envoy once again. Whether it's the hot hand in the 1v1, whether it's the big brain plays, that was devastating. Devastating.
I mean, that is... I almost don't know what to say. That is the largest upset I've seen in my entire life. I don't know how anyone could come back from that. I've never been more confident. I checked the Vegas betting odds before this, and they basically said, don't even put the money on Envoy. It's an AR round, and we got Skyz in hand. And they said, don't even bother. And then a 6-2 victory. That was 6 rounds in a row from Envoy, winning him in different fashion. Sometimes in the same fashion, and Skyz going to make the adjustment, but that is tough, as the kids would say.
That was tough, man. That was tough. Skyz was in the blender from like what? Yeah, it was like round 3 onwards. He just had nothing. Even if he got health advantage to begin the rounds with, even if he got first shot, there was times where he had high ground positioning. Envoy's shot was on point. His positioning was on point. He made everything look so effortless, man. It was just that was beautiful. Who picked Envoy to win this whole thing? I don't think any of us did. I am impressed. I am impressed. That is a very, very good assault rifle player who has just been dominated, quite frankly, by the young Chicago Huntsmen player. Damn, that was a big one.
I'll say, I just love the comps from it, right? Like, first couple rounds, they're like cracking jokes, like, don't move off spawn, the I see you, like, type deal. After it was like, what, 4 or 5 rounds in, just like dead silence, like, I need to win this. I need to, like, focus up and get teed up and, like, ready to go. And complete change of pace once it came down to the wire. And again, as silly as the 1v1s can be, I assure you, none of these pro players want to lose. They are hyper-competitive people, and taking a 6-2 loss like that does not feel good for Skyz, who definitely not only needs to, but wants to bounce back.
He does want to bounce back. So I'm seeing map number 2, Speedball submachine guns. Now, this is for the dub here for Envoy. This is for the absolute win, and yeah, I'm surprised. Chance, I think, is the best way to put it. But I can say that the player audio, we pulled that one out because we could tell it was a tiny bit ahead. We don't want to ruin the fun and surprise for any of you guys. So we'll get that fixed. We'll get that back. We're going to bring that one in because, let's face it, hearing these players talk to each other is very funny indeed. It's taking me back, man. It's taking me back. I miss events. I miss the hype. I miss the crowds, the enjoyment. I miss the smack talking. But yeah, we're almost ready to get into our next map. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know. The predictions are out the window, dude. Honestly, this was a big surprise to see Skyz go down in the AR round. Speedball subbies up next though. Again, there's a lot of maneuverability on this map. Chance. This is another sort of Envoy playground.
I mean, that is the expectation. Obviously, we're wrong about the ARs being favored towards Skyz type deal, but it would be very interesting if actually what we see across the board on like the 1v1 days of whichever team had a more successful year, that player wins the 1v1, right? We had iLLeY took down GodRx, Dallas obviously world champions. You expect them to win pretty much everything at this point. And of course, on the flip side, Chicago Huntsmen had a slightly better year than the Florida Mutineers overall. And now, of course, Envoy took them down. So maybe, just maybe, that's what we'll see all day. There won't be any upsets.
Well, who knows? Here we go. Already. Submachine guns only. Envoy running the Uzi. No sign of attachments just yet. Yeah. Skyz likely to be using the MP5. There we go. Straight after the races. Envoy once again with that Uzi. One of the few players to make a change here. And actually, Skyz going to be running the Uzi as well. Long barrels are plenty for these boys. Here we go. Skyz with the mid-map presence. Envoy has wrapped the full map. The damage has been dealt. Skyz is in a world of hurt. Half a clip now for Envoy. Half a mag to get the job done. Repositions back to middle. He's not afraid to just get the steps in. The man is willing to move. And it's from coast to coast right now as these two just going at each other. Beautiful shots from Skyz. He's going to draw first blood.
And impressive stuff as well, because like Envoy, I think, was the only player the entire year that was ever willing to pull out the Uzi in any situation, and I think he only did it on Gunrunner Dom. This has to be the first time Skyz has probably ever used this gun. Like maybe once or twice in public, but like this is new for him. But that advantage early, not gonna last very long. Ego got a little bit too strong there towards the end, and Envoy, nice and posted up on that head glitch, able to take him down at long range.
I mean, I would guess that Skyz has some experience with the Uzi from Warzone, but again, like Warzone classes are so different. An Envoy knife in hand, straight to mid-map, damage has already been dealt. Skyz is going to re-challenge it just for a moment, but Envoy's going to hold that angle, he's going to hold that line. Skyz, has he managed to slip through the net? Envoy, left, right, checks it, shots are there, here comes the damage, but has Skyz managed to slip through? He just about does from the jaws of defeat, and it's going to be a 2-1. I love it, man, he managed to escape, he managed to throw just the slightest misdirection there. Catch Envoy napping.
Bro, and that movement from Skyz, by the way, like he might be boarding the keyboarder, right? Like, he's getting a little bit twisted with it. The movement just nice and fresh. And it's interesting to look at Skyz in this way. A new light, new perspective to judge the young man.
Yeah, them silky hips, man. He was throwing shapes. Envoy, though, holds the line. Shots are there, and not a single bit of damage went his way. Skyz with a dominant round. That was a big one, man. What? 3-1? Will he throw it, though? Will he throw it? Envoy should have the advantage in the submachine gun in the same way that Skyz should have had the advantage in the AR round. Immediate re-challenge. No one's given up anything. Envoy's been hit a lot, though. A lot of damage. The hip fire! Oh my god, is base going to even it up? There's Envoy now. MP5. A quick change, but it doesn't matter as Skyz finds another one. 4-1.
And Envoy switched the MP5, like that is not a good look to not trust the strats early on. That is, I'm getting shredded, I need to try something new, and I guess I respect it, but that is a bad sign in the Envoy camp.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of time to make these big adjustments, and that's going to be a little bit of them silky hips we were talking about a moment before, just sticking out past those tires. and it's basically a freebie from Envoy.
Honestly, watching kills like that, why do we not use this gun all year? That thing is disgusting. Like, they're just saying insta kill, like a 2 or 3 bullet, but the challenge off the top, Skyz, just enough information. Has to see Envoy on the cross, but Envoy slide cancel. He's been there before. He gets shot first. It's in a bad spot, and just the slide is too good over towards the cover to get the win. And what we saw on the King, right? Envoy is able to win 6 straight. Right now he's got 2 in a row, trying to work on this comeback.
I think Envoy must have seen something there. I was going to say, we're starting to see these learned behaviors now where Envoy and Skyz, they love to hit the extremities of the map. They love to hit towards box site and towards those containers, and Envoy, he's so sneaky. Couple of shots, going to start this fight. No damage done yet. It's going to be up close and personal, and it's going to be Envoy from the hip to tie it up 4-4. Oh, man. Mounting the comeback slowly, Chance. Mounting it very slowly. Will he be able to overtake him here? Put himself on match point. Skyz now fighting it. Going back to that far right hand side of the map. Towards the dark side. Towards those containers. A lot of noise being made, but Envoy once again holding the line. Holding the line! He's going to kill him easily! It's going to be an easy round, Chance, and now it's match point!
And honestly, for Skyz, like, he needs to turn on the Frank Ocean. He needs to get that hyper-aggressive heavy metal music, like, flowing through his veins. That way he can be nice and ready for this next gunfight. He's got 2 rounds he needs, or his game and day is over.
Here we go. Envoy. In the same manner that iLLeY did it, super aggressive, presses the advantage. So much damage is done, and it is an incredibly dominating round to end it here. Envoy 6-4 in the submachine guns. It's going to be a 2-0 overall, and man, he pressed the advantage there. There was no need for utility. He got it done with a Uzi. Envoy, congratulations.
And honestly, you love to see it, right? Skyz needed an extra couple moments at the start of the game. Envoy, the good sport, and just goodness all the way around. It pays dividends for him as he secures. Honestly, again, I know these are super quick matches, but like, that's still a quick win. 6 rounds in a row we won on King. Had like 4 back-to-back over there with the Uzi. Only had the MP5 out for a single round and made the adjustment. But again, Envoy just looking something fierce.
Looking something mean. We've got our scuff play of the game. It's going to be round 8. This was the turning point where Envoy managed to tie things up 4-4. And man, I mean, whether it is, again, crisp shots, very, very smart plays, and again, we're watching these learned behaviors from these players. We're watching them just start to feel each other out, force each other into these different positions, and Envoy, man, plays it slow, plays it smart. So a lot of this crouch walking coming through again. Footsteps crucial in these 1v1s, and it was going to be the hip fire chance to get it done.
Yeah, now also, did they throw any stuns or nades that entire time? You remember?
We saw a few stuns. We never saw any nades, though. No nades, but definitely saw a couple of stuns, I think.
Okay, because again, like, at least in the sniper rounds, I think, you know, if you're a respectful person, you'll throw in the GAs, not use stuns, and just go like gun skill to gun skill. But the SMGs, ARs, it might be a little bit of a mix and match. Also, I want to hammer this home as much as possible, Miles, that Frank Ocean is a heavy metal artist. I just want you to understand this as we progress through the day, and hopefully not a single pop culture reference you'll understand from these players, just because like it's American culture. I hope that's how this day pans out.
It could well do, bro. It really could well do. I might just have to have you lead the way there. But let's have a quick look at our bracket. Again, we are 2 matches down so far. We've had to say a fond farewell to 2 of our professionals here in the 1v1s. Up next, Denz versus Silly.